Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the British Army Esports Twitch channel, where tonight we have one of the most epic showdowns we've been able to bring on this channel. We have the British Army A team going up against the Estonian massive RGB in the Estonian Championship. They are currently playing in the Eastern Region playoffs, which means this is a single disqualification. I think that's the word we're looking for here. Knockout system, where if they lose this best of three, that is them out of this entire tournament. Once they move from here, if they do manage to get through this, then they will move into the national double disqualification and knockout stages, in which they will be able to go for the full prize of, I'm not even sure how much, because it all got reduced, and they will get a trophy for that as well. But today we're not talking about that. We're talking about the Estonian Cup Eastern Playoffs. Okay, and we have a pretty spicy lineup. The players are in the server, they are warming up, and we are operating off GoTV, so we are 2 minutes behind as well. Today we have a lineup on the Army side of Solrak, who will be RGLing, with Bradders, Sharp, Cause, and Demon Cookie backing him up. And on the opposite side, we have Rem NVD, who will be IGLing, with Yugen, Keep It G, IC2KK, and WS Khalif. And I'm going to have to reduce some of those names because saying them in a pinch is going to be awkward. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty spicy matchup as well, because these Faceit ranks that are playing off, and they're on Faceit servers as well. So these Faceit ranks, we're looking at a 2700 elo player, 1900s, a couple of, well, 3 1900s and a 1700, and that is the Estonian side. So by elo stats alone, they totally outpower the British Army team, but we know that some of the British Army players are playing below their rank. It's going to be time for them to prove that they are above the standard. VOs for tonight have already been done. We have Inferno being the British Army pick, with Mirage coming up in the RGB side as well, and a final map of Nuke to be decided by a knife round. It looks like, after having spoken to Solrak prior to the match, that the confidence is pretty high in the British Army camp, although one of the players did almost turn up late to the match because he was visiting his grandmother, and he has asked that we play on the heartstrings of that. But enough of that. We're going straight into the first round of Inferno, and the British Army are on the CT side. Despite it being their pick, it looks like the Estonians have chosen to play on T side. And we are off. It looks like we have a fairly fast-paced 4 players towards long, coming straight round. Force Sork to drop straight back out long as the Estonians were straight round the corner. RGB going crazy. 4 men in the firing squad takes out Solrak, and it looks like they're going to be pushing. No, they're holding off now, and the rotate of Demon Cookie taken out by Yugen at bottom mid as well, and it looks like that's forced a push straight back towards B with 2 players heading up Banana. And it's forced to rotate as well as the rest of the RGB squad move backwards towards B site. We have just Sharp, who's holding down CT. It's a fantastic headshot on IC2KK. Although he will get tagged down before that smoke drops down to a little bit, and the rotates in force now. 4 players holding up the B site for RGB, and just 3 coming all through CT for British Army. And as the retake on round number 1 comes underway, Sharp pushing through towards Coffins, will find 1 player in the new position, takes him down to, Rem MVD gets brothers, and Cause even Sharp exposed and stuck between 2 players in the Coffins, and Yugen will finish off this round. 1-0 to RGB opened up, and it looks like we can see why they picked the T side to start with. Well, fantastic play from Sharp to find himself that headshot on the rotate back towards B, but that has left them on a full eco. Just 4 nades. It looks like we're going to have a nade stack down Banana here to try and contend with the heavy SMG rush we're about to see. And it looks like it may be a good call as Molotovs come down to stop any push into car position. Rem MVD on the max 10, looking for that player at Sandbag. Stepping in the molly, will get tagged down to 54 HP. And Bradders finds one with the USP. Rem MVD finds a quick trade. Khalif gets a second on Bradders, taking it to a 4 versus 3, although Khalif down now to very low HP, has to be very careful. It looks like Banana is on the way, and Solrak finds QBG. Sharp finds Khalif as well. 3 versus 2 on this eco. Guns picked up by the British Army. He's taking this round completely on its head. But there's a quick rotate coming in as well. Looks like Yugen's on the rotate through CT, and it looks like the British Army have to be very careful. This player behind. Cause, though, he's read it, hiding behind the wall. Will Yugen expect him to be there? Not quite sure. Steps giving him away. Cause couldn't get the kills. Yugen finds the headshot, but the game is up. He will also find Solrak as well. And it's now to a 1 versus 1 at Sharp. Finds IC2KK, and Yugen finishes it off. But a fantastic eco there from the British Army, doing maximum damage to the economy of RGB, even though it's only the 2nd round. And it looks like in round number 3, we're going to go for a full buy. Rifles coming out across the board. 3 FAMASs against 2 Galils and 3 AKs. And it looks like little economy on some of these players in the British Army. Little utility, sorry, on some of these players in the British Army team as they move out. And standard defaults come in. Nades coming down, doing utility damage to IC2KK. And both teams now going into a holding position. Oh, Sharp, fantastic kill there. Finds IC2KK just before that smoke peaks, leaving it to a 5 versus 4. Very early advantage in this round for the British Army. And it looks like they're trying to exploit the banana control. Oh, there are still 2 players. Oh, Bradders as well. Fantastic for the that smoke finds takes it into a 5 versus 3, and an early advantage doubled by the British Army now. And the utility, though, already getting expended. Very little in the way of utility. Just 1 smoke and flash left for them to try and hold off any advance. And it looks like RGB are trying to exploit a lurk, but Eugen will not be successful as Cause finds him on short. Just Rem, MVD, and Khalif now trying to find something to do on a B. Sharp behind the pillars in the back will find 1, but Brad is swinging around to protect his teammate. Will find 2 with a quick headshot on Rem NVD to finish the round. These names will be the death of me. Well, as round number 3 comes in, it looks like the British Army have 2 outstanding fraggers already, or 4 frags on the B site each. And RGB forced into a half buy with back 10s and Deagles coming out to bear. Quick aggression into apps by Cause will maybe find him caught off, but he's just going to hold off in that. He finds 1. Oh, but he can't find a second. As Khalif will find him and pick up the AK. In the meantime, Smoke's going down to try and hold off any advance. Apps control firmly in the hands of RGB. Has forced to rotate off of B. Demon Cook in the meantime finds 1, finds 2 as he takes down Eugen and Rem. Oh, I just can't get the third though. He trades 1 back, 2 versus 3, and both teams have 2 players on the B site. Rotate still being held off on B, but here it comes in now as the final player rotates towards the A site, and that's the bomb down as Sorak finds IC2KK, and Sorak finds a second as well. Khalif going down 2-2 now, British Army, RGB. And it looks like we're going for another deco round as well. Money going down to 1,400 on IC2KK, but lost bonus should keep him firmly in the ability to buy a next round, especially if he does find himself a frag. Orp, though, out on Cause, looking for that pick on mid. Not going to be gifted as players are time to move up towards Banana. Oh, but Brad is taking down to 12 HP early, and Cause as well. Knocked down Sharp at half HP. B is very exposed. 3 of the 5 players from RGB are now sat at the car with a firm banana control, trying to find himself an entrance as they switch around with these pistols. Glock in hand, Rem looking for someone on the boost, will find 1. Oh, a bit of a console pick there. Sharp finds 1 through the smoke. Bradders will find a second. Whiskey finds a third. There's a little bit of a lag spike there. I do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. We will hopefully not have many of those. Bradders goes down to that. Sharp, though, knows what's down in pull. Will go down to Khalif with a nice P250 headshot. In the meantime, IC2KK finds 1 up on A, taking this back into the advantage for RGB. Bomb being picked up and heading back towards A. Cause will go down to 14 HP with the AWP whilst trying to use an AWP, but that's going to force them back towards B. I'm not sure. They know what they're doing. Solrak, though, flashed out of the position, not able to get himself a kill, but will be able to get unseen into ruins and coffins. Molly will hold him back. 1 player in dark, 1 player in pool, and a third on banana to hold off the retake. And looks like they're tucked in position, just waiting as Sorak pushes round. Cause going down to Khalif. Bomb. Oh no, down coffins, but Sorak will find 1. IC2K just turning around to find the trade. Ends that round 3-2. Game of trades coming in, a game of back and forth for the rounds as well means it's going to be a very, very spicy showdown indeed. Well, as we go into round number 6, the tables are turned. Economy damaged and broken. Deco's coming out for the British Army against the open full buy of the RGB. Means it's going to be very difficult. Khalif finding Sharp in car. Will open up this round, but Bradders hiding close to the swag. Oh, he jumps over, gets hit. Oh, Bradders! Fantastic kill on Rem as he goes over Banana. And it looks like RGB is stunned by what they've just seen there. Fantastic from him. It looks like Khalif is now being forced in. Cause will not be able to find 1 up in apartments, but he will be traded out quickly by Demon Cookie. But Eugen trades again. Demon Cookie going down to him. Oh, fantastic tap as he jumps on into the pit. from long, and Yugi finds Solrak. Keep it G finds Bradders. Ends the round. 2 players down. Not much economy damage done, but it will not be making the blind has been a difference to the next round because there is an eco coming in nonetheless. Maybe a half buy from some of these players, but we are now in a timeout. 1 of 5 either team can have. And as we go into this timeout, it looks like the British Army just discussing what they're going to do. Deagle's being dropped, and it looks like we've got a deco across the board. And as the round gets underway, it looks like the deco is enforced as expected. No utility on most of the players. Just Bradders holding it down a little bit. You think trying to hold off on that. But 3 players this round on a B for the British Army, only 2 on A, as RGB drop into their default play. Damage being done early on to Bradders. He's taking out to 30 HP. Forced to fall back into CT. And the spam underway, not able to find much damage. Bomb heading towards B. The British Army appear to have read this one correctly, at least for now, as Demon Cookie finds Keep It G and Apps. The short player now will be able to pick up an AK. Will he get it back in time? Oh, he doesn't have to because Cause is there to back him up. Cause then finding 1 more, 3 players left on the RGB team to try and find something this round. Again, another round where the tables have gone completely against what you'd expect. And damage being done to IC2K now as they try to advance into B, and they are held off by the British Army. A rotate coming in now, taking it to 4 players. Demon Cookie, this AK could be instrumental here as the flash comes down to force it back off. The RGB players move in for the kill. Rem getting taken down. Wiz Khalifa going down to Demon Cookie. Rem was fine brothers in trade, but Solrak finds 1, finds 2 to finish off the round, taking it back into a 4-3 scoreline. Unbelievable play from the British Army there to try and find another round despite the gun disadvantage they were at, and it's going to force another awkward buy from the opposing team. Deagles, Galils and an AWP versus full rifles and an AWP for the British Army means it's going to be a potentially 4-4 scoreline here. Utility as well, very lacking for RGB this round, but not for the British Army at all. Default play. Oh, of course, fantastic kill as he takes down IC2K as he advances up mid. Early advantage British Army, and it looks like it's forcing Rem into a push towards mid to try and retrieve that gun. Well, it looks like we have 1 player pushing up towards Apps. It's very hard for me to see the numbers on this, and Yugi will find Demon Cookie in the balcony. But Solrak is there to hold long with. Oh, Cause goes down to Yugen as well. 2 players down on the B side will force this SG to come in quick, and it looks like it's going to be coming in fast as well. As Solrak left on long to try and hold this off. Bomb will go down in the default position. 2 players quickly rotating in from B, but they will be forced into a save as Solrak goes down to Yugen as well. Fantastic round for him to find this free K very early on and open up this site for his team. Bradders though, still trying to get on himself a flag, finds 1, Bradders finds 2 as well. Looks like the retake may be back on now as nades are coming down to try and find another kill. Oh, Yugen out, oh, fantastic, Bradders and the Demon Cookie, 2 nades on there. Oh, Bradders finds another! And the defuse will come in with just the nick of time as well with that fantastic Kobe play from Bradders, and Sharp finds Yugen in pit, allowing them to finish off that round. 4-4 British Army. Fantastic recovery from those 2 players as they move into round number 9. And here we go. Another very awkward buy from the Estonians. 2 AKs and 3 Deagles. They should really work on this economy play for sure. As, oh, Cause opens up on Rems. He tries to get into Mexico. Fantastic. Finds a second through a wall as well. Takes down Khalif in second mid. This guy is already on fire. He's warm. He's feeling that he's aggressive as well. As Yugen now trying to find a trade. IC2K in the meantime does find 1 on Sharp, but Demon finds another as well, taking it, keep it G. 4 versus 2, and both players for the Estonians are split on opposite edges of the map. Oh, Kors finds a fantastic headshot as he tries to peek through that smoke. He will get seen first, but he doesn't mind. Kors rips his face off. Fantastic from him. And he finds another fantastic 4K from the man. It looks like he's found his form already in round number 9. And 5-4 to the British Army. Let's look at the score lines now. 10-6 for Bradders, 10-5 for Eugen. Both players popping off and going crazy, and the headshot percentages as well. Well, as we move to round number 10, yet another awkward buy from the Estonians with 2 Deagles coming out to play. And that Molotov will force ICG into a very awkward peak as 2 players hold him from the site. Oh, IC2K in the corner will fire shot with a nice headshot. Not taking down too much over, and that random smoke inside the fountain must have been from the CTs. IC2K finds Bradders, Kors in the meantime finds Eugen, but B is in firm control of the RGB now, and the bomb is on its way. Well, the bomb will go down, and it looks like the British Army just falling back to wait for a retake. It looks like the boost will not be successful over the smoke, and Keep It G hiding behind fountain will not see the players either. And it looks like the British Army just holding off exits in CT. Solrak taking some damage through the smoke. Oh, taking some more as well, but not enough to get a kill. Whiskey taken down to 20 HP by Solrak, and the spam for the smoke will finally find his mark. Keep It G finds one. Kors will get a trade, and he'll get another as well. Damage done to the economy of RGB, and it's not particularly strong either, but Khalid finds a fantastic headshot through the smoke, unable to take the AWP off of the British Army though, as he goes down to the bomb. 5-5, equal scoreline all across the board. Well, round number 11 finds probably our second, maybe third full gun round across both sides, which is very awkward to say when you're playing at this sort of level, but only a big green coming out for Kors on the British Army side. The economy incredibly sensitive on both sides. One loss means 2 to both. And that one way not doing work for Bradders as ICG does find it through the edge of the smoke. Sharp being forced to fall back will drop a smoke, but it's not going to stop the advance if they decide to push through that. Rotates all in as the bad players. Oh, Khalid finds Demon Cookie, but Kors will find Keep But Eugen finds Kors as well, coming in on short, and that is A firmly in control of RGB, but the bomb is on its way up through second mid. British Army now, if they can find a way into this site, may have a chance to bring this round back, but the bomb is going to go through apps, keeping it nice and safe. And Eugen, oh, Eugen, that was disgusting. Fantastic little jiggle peek will find Solrak in library. End his hope for this round. Just sharp on the little flank rounds, short. They're giving away his position. He will find Icy. Manages to find Khalif. 2 frags down, 2 to go. Both players on site. Rem as he pushes round. Eugen double peeks at the same time. Finds Sharp. 6-5 RGB. Unbelievable play from Eugen there to find that tap in library as well. Means it's going to be RGB's round. And the British Army forced into a deco as a result. Well, Molly going down will stop a rush and do some damage to Khalib on the AWP. And it forced a waste of utility by RGB as well, which means they are now down 1 smoke for whatever they have planned. But they're just going into these defaults now, waiting for the British Army to make an unforced mistake. And it will be gifted to Rem as he finds Kors, but Demon Cookie finds Khalif in trade. It looks like it's back to a 4-4, but there we go. IC2K finds Sharp on B, and B is wide open. The bomb now heading straight towards B. Demon Cookie in the meantime finds Keep It G. Guns retrievable now by the British Army, and they will be, but Eugen on the lurk, heavy lurk in apps, just dropping himself back towards the site. Well, the bomb is down on B, and RGB already have a player up by library. IC2K will hit the player advancing through arches, and he finds Bradders as well. Just looks like Solrak now trying to save himself with the gun with Solrak. Oh, Solrak finds himself a no-scope through the door. But they know where he is now. The hunt is on. 2 players now heading fast straight towards the bottom of T-Apps, ready to try and find him. Ready to try and take that AWP out of Solrak's clutching grasp. And that will be it. 7-5 RGB. AWP saved by Solrak. And nothing much more they can do in that round. But they will be able to buy now, and it looks like we're going to have another full buy round. AWPs in tow. Double AWP setup now as Brad decides to pick up the AWP as well. A man very well known to be dangerous on the AWP himself. And it looks like he's heading towards B. Early Nade doing little damage up mid. But Molotovs will stop the strike, but Keep It G just going full aggression. Molly coming down will force him out of mid. And the aggression, and the Molly will finish him off as Solrak does damage. Brad just finds another. 2 players down already. 5 versus 3 in favour of the British Army means this round is looking favourable for the Blues right now. But Wiz Khalifa trying to get himself up into B, trying to find himself a frag. He's trying to look for Demon Cookie, who sat in the middle of Fountain. And it looks like all RGB players have now made their way towards Banana, just waiting for a mistake to be made, waiting for the execute to come in, and a smoke will go down. It looks like it's forcing a rotate off by the British Army, as one player is already making his way around towards B. Flash unable to be capitalized on as Sharp finds Wiz Khalifa from the middle of the Fountain. And it looks like it's all stalled for RGB as they're forced to head back down Banana and try and find something on A. And it looks like the British Army may have... No, yes, no, they're not quite sure. They're trying to rotate out, and they've read it now as Rem will find Demon Cookie. Solrak just hiding in pit, hoping to get himself a one. He will find Hugin, and he finds Rem as well. Fantastic play from him to hold off and find those 2 kills. 7-6 RGB. The half is still not won by RGB yet, and it's time for the British Army to bring it back. And the economy is again heavily damaged for RGB. Just 3 MAC-10s and 2 AKs coming in, and very little utility. This 2 AWP setup looking to do even more damage. A Molotov moving down the bottom of mid will force Icy out of position, but it's not going to stop him finding Demon Cookie, who peeks over aggressive at top of mid, and advantage early on to RGB means the British Army need to now fall back into a safe position. Rotate already called back towards A, leaving just 1 lone player on B to hold off. Cause being forced back by MAC-10 on Sharp in archers to back him up in the meantime. Unable to find himself a killer as the players for RGB move towards a short execute. 1 player jumps out of apartment, finds Solrak, keep his team. Sorry, Eugen goes down to Cause. Sharp will go down to Cleve, and KBG finds Cause as well, leaving it in a 1 versus 4. Apologies when they came in thick and fast. Leaving just Bradders on B on his own, trying to find himself an ability to save this AWP as the hunt looks like it's already underway. Well, let's take a look at who we got. Rem and IC2K with Keep It G and Wiz Khalifa in the backup, doing fantastic work, taking this to 8-6 for RGB. And it looks like we've got a pause coming in from the British Army, or at least an attempt at a pause, as the hunt already coming in firm and fast from Khalif, who wants to find himself this up. Well, his steps have given away his position.
Terrorists win.
And that little drop off the wall there means... Oh, Brad is so lucky! So lucky. Takes some damage as the round ends, but not enough to kill him, and he will keep that up to the next round. And it looks like our cameraman's having a bit of fun as he tries to take a look at the whole of the British Army team. And it looks like Cause is looking a bit unshaven there with his character model. As the timeout comes to an end, the British Army in the most awkward of awkward buys on the last round of the first half with a MP9 FAMAS Deagle M4 and an AWP versus full rifles and an AWP for RGB. Well, and a terrorist timeout as well. It looks like the British Army have been gifted a little bit more time just to settle themselves, ready for the last round. As we look towards the second half, the players on this server warm, ready, and looking to be aggressive as well. And there we have it. The countdown has begun to round number 15. 8-6 to RGB right now. And the British Army on a very awkward buy indeed. It looks like they're going for the standard 2-3 setup against a potentially very aggressive default. Oh, Sorak almost got himself caught on the ground, but Ice2K in the meantime finds Brandon's Rem. Will find Sorak pushing down mid. And aggression fast up B with Sharp finds one, but Keep It G and Ice2K find Demon and Sharp respective. Leaving just calls on his own at bottom of mid, finding Keep It G. Will retrieve himself an AK. Will he expect there to play it up at short? He does, but Yugen finds the headshot before Course can get the shot off. 9-6 first half to RGB. Fantastic play from both teams. But the second half now is the half where the British Army have to step up and do their work. Time for the aggression of Cause and Brothers to try and win out a few rounds for the British Army. We will see. And the question is, will we see the standard Sorak round the world strap? It's possible. Will he go into apps, jump out of balcony, head down second mid, back up B or not? It doesn't look like it as 3 players are heading up towards the apps to maybe fake the round the world strap of 2 players at Banana. Well, they've given away position in Haps, but it's forced they rotate back towards A as they jump out the back. Just 1 player at B, and then they're moving down towards mid. And here comes the aggression of British Army straight up to Banana, all 5 players. And the rotates coming in fast for RGB already as well. As players forced right back into coffins. Damage being done across both sides. Fantastic nade from RGB. Yugen finds one as Sharp enters the site. Bomb will go down. And the rotates full coming in. 2 players are in coffins now. What Yugen finds the first. Yugen will of course finds another trade. Brandis finds the third. 2 versus 3 now. 2 players left on the retake. Both coming from the CT side. 1 in coffins, 1 in CT. Oh, Demon Cookie, fantastic headshot from finds Rem, but Ice2 will find Cause with another headshot in trade. And he taps the bomb. Demon Cookie on one side. Brandis on the other. Taps the bomb again. Oh, Brandon's fantastic headshot from him. Damage done by RGB, but unable to finish off the round on that retake as Brandis finds the final headshot. And that round the world strat we just dreamed about came into fruition. As we move into round number 17 now, 9-7 to RGB. British Army going aggressive, straight up second mid, all 5 players. Will get spotted out by Keep It G, who's going to push down into apps, and oh, he hears them coming upstairs. Will get spotted as Sorak finds a headshot with the Mac 10, and the aggression comes in, but Ice2K finds him with a deagle. Brandon gets a second and trade, taking it to a 4 versus 3. Rem, though, 3 players from RGB up the top of mid. Will not be able to find Brandon. Does get him with a UMP. Deagle able to do work, but Cause coming in quick behind. Oh, knife kill from Khalif. Absolute disgusting BM from him right there. 2 players left alive. And Cause finds 1. Yugen gets Cause in trade, leaving it as a 2 versus 1. Demon Cookie ending the round off with another UMP headshot. But unbelievable. Khalif finds himself a knife. And Brandon just feels heartbroken for it. Well, 9-8 now. The British Army looking to go for a bonus round with Sharp and Demon Cookie on SMG still, but full rifles coming out for RGB. Loving to see an M4A1S in the server. Keep It G, early aggression apps will find himself on Demon Cookie, but he's been taken down at 2. Well, nothing by Sorak, he finds him for a wall. X2K will get a trade on Sharp in the meantime, but he's forced back into apps. Cause already on the aggressive play up towards top mid brackets position, but he's forced back by a fantastic nade, taking him down to 59 HP. And the British Army now in firm banana control, looking to try and advance onto the. Is there 1 player there, or are they boosted? It looks like RGB have boosted themselves up on second oranges. Steps now will give a position. Smokes coming in. Will highlight the execute. Flash coming down. Molotov missing his mark. Demon in the meantime finds one body flash. You can get a quick trade. Course finds him as well. Bomb will go down. 3 versus 2, and both RGB players come in from the CT position. Advantage British Army, but they've got to hold off now and hold these positions without getting too aggressive. Cause resmoke will, well, it looks like that resmoke has forced RGB into a save as they drop back towards A site, trying to go for some exit frags. Khalif will spot Cause as he tries to over-aggress towards CT. And that looks like it's enough for the RGB. Their appetite for confrontation this round has finally finished. And a pistol throw from Bratters trying to give himself a 9-9 now. British Army brings us back to all square. And it looks like the early aggression from the British Army has paid off, as well as another one of the trademark awkward buys have appeared all over the RGB side. RGB team, 2 Deagles, an MP9, an AWP, and an M4, as they have to force up around this AWP. Means the British Army have got advantage, but that nade coming down will do massive damage to Sharp. Cause already on the heavy aggression towards B is forced rotates out of A. But it's not going to matter because 2K Khalif finds 2 in the meantime. Dean Cookie finds 1 in trade. Smokes coming down will block off any further kills. But Wiz Khalif in coffin position. Oh, no, he won't. He will be found by Demon Cookie. It's a fantastic headshot. But Yugen already in the position on the retake in Ruins, pushing around towards coffins. Essentially, will find low health Sharp as he moves in a new box. Keep it G finds Bradis on the banana in the meantime. 2 players left deep on site with the British Army. Yugen advancing now with that AWP. It's forced the British Army to hunker down in their positions. Even finds 1 quick trade by Keep will find him. Sharp finds a second. Oh no, but Sharp can't find the third. It's Keep It G looking for the bomb. Hasn't got enough time to defuse. The round has been won by the British Army despite losing all their players. 10-9 as the British Army finally take the lead on what I think maybe the first time in this entire map. Hopefully the scoreboard will make the truth or liar out of me right now. Well, the British Army still not having a very strong economy, able to fall by. Demon Cookie on not full utility, but the remainder there. 2 AWP set up now coming in from RGB means it's going to be a hard graph for either team to try and do some work. Looks like Ice 2K and Wiz Khalif splitting up, holding B and A, ready to try and do some damage with their big greens. No, both AWPs on the A site means B may be open for British Army. But the default now, slow, steady, reserve default come in, means that the British Army have just stopped the aggression and they're waiting to find a mistake from RGB. This may have been a potentially good call from the British Army because utility now very low for RGB. Only 1 smoke, 3 flashes to hold off any form of aggression. Molotov's coming down to try and clear out the likely aggressive B control positions. And the final smoke has been wasted for RGB. So the British Army now find a site, execute it with smokes, and it looks like they may have themselves an entrance into position. Cause already on that flank up top mid, called his players back, but it looks like they're walking into the open arms of Khalif here. Smoke going down on short, and there it is. He peeks straight into the crosshair of Khalif. So does Bradders as he gets a second. Keep will find a third. Whoa, Khalif gets a third as well. 3 kills for him this round with the AWP on long, and the British Army just walking in 1 by 1. Sharp will find a consolation track on Rem, but Khalif, fantastic 4K from him with the big green, hence all hopes that lead being extended by the British Army, who are now forced into an eco. Well, full Tech 9s and a few smokes coming in the British Army means it looks like we've got some form of execute, and they're going to go hyper-aggressive. Flash will give Remin not 1, but 2 frags, but Bradders will find a quick trade. Yugen will take out Bradders in the meantime, leaving just 2. Keep it G5 Solrak, just calls on his own with with an M4, as he finally found it, trying to find something to do. He does have the bomb, but Eugen says, nah, not today, buddy. Banana's mine, and takes that from him. 11-10 to RGB. And the British Army, because of that force buy, now forced into an eco they cannot avoid. And it looks like they're going to have to try and do some work with 2 Deagles and 3 Glocks and nothing more than that. Just one flash on Bredders to try and blind someone so they can get themselves a frag. Well, Sharp, let's go push it up mid. Looks like he's going into the open arms of Eugen there. Cause finds Keeper G as finds Sorry, quick trade for him. But the Glock unable to do the work on Khalif. Brandon finds Khalif in the ice. 2K will find Cookie, but Cause will find him. Game of trades coming in. And 2 orbs picked up by the British Army to try and take this site. It's pretty hard, but Cause flanking back to try and find a player in mid. Will have read Frost. Will find Eugen, and we know he's dangerous with the York, but will he read that Rem is on top of the box? He will not, as Rem jumps over the box. It's fantastic play from him to finish this round. 12-10. Good eco round damaging the economy of RGB. And it looks like we've got a full buy coming in. I believe Cause is trying to work out if he's going to go for a glass cannon, and he's opted against it, going AK full utility instead. Well, 12-10. Molly's going down to prevent any aggression up Banana, and nades as well. A little bit of damage done to Sharp, but nothing more than that. And the default play already in place for the British Army, as it looks like the bomb heading towards A on its own right now is in a very, very dangerous position. Molotovs and flashes and smokes and everything raining down from RGB very, very quickly. Still 1 minute 15, and there is only 1 smoke left on, on RGB to try and hold anything off, and that looks like it may be over towards B site itself. And I'm wrong again. It's on IC2K, who is up on Flower Pot. Keeper G, though, will find Solrak in Boiler, but we'll get traded out to Bradders for his trouble. British Army back towards B. Sharp finds 1. Eugen, though, will find Demon Cookie. Sharp oddly pulls out a grenade and tries to attempt. That's forced to rotate from RGB towards B. Smoke's coming down, though. British Army will hear the rotate and find Eugen in the meantime. But whoa, Wiz Khalifa finds Cause with that AWP, so dangerous. Smoke will hold him off, and the bomb will go down at Coffins, with the final player coming in through the CT, held off by the smoke. Bomb's yet to go down. 20 seconds left on the clock. British Army forced into a corner. Bomb finally goes down, but Khalif will find him. Ice 2K in the meantime goes down to Sharp. 1 versus 1. Only 9 HP on Sharp to 100 HP on Khalif. And oh no! 48 HP left on Khalif. Sharp unable to find the kills. That headshot comes in from Khalif. Oh, unlucky there. You got to feel for Sharp. A fantastic round for the British Army all around, but 13-10 to RGB on the British Army's map pick of Inferno. Well, the British Army coming in for another full buy. Low utility across the board compared to the high utility for RGB, but they are pretty wasteful of their utility as Demon Cookie punishes IT2K for the early aggression into apps. And Keeper G down to 20 HP, but he will find Cause as he pushes through the smoke. A little bit of help from his teammate Rem. Early aggression down Banana as well, punished by Bradders as Eugen goes down the bottom Banana. Oh, Sharp! That headshot was disgusting. Just Rem now on his own with this AUG on A site. Getting pincered by 3 players of the British Army as they move before they execute on the A site. 1 player jumps in the pit, will find him. Sharp, fantastic headshot from him, means this site is all theirs. Bomb plant going down. Let's force Wiz Khalifa with the AWP to just save over on the B site. Bradders just holding down in Mexico, hoping for a exit frag on that side of the map. Well, the change up in pace from the British Army has rewarded them with their 11th round and kept them in contention, and it looks like it may have, well, it looks like it's forced the RGB team into a potential force buy around Wiz Khalifa's AWP. But we'll see as the hunt comes in now as Brothers looks to try and take this AWP from him. Can the British Army sign the death knell of RGB? And it looks like he's holding CT position. He will get spotted. Well, he will not get spotted. Oh, there we go. Khalif finds Sorak, but Sharp will remove that AWP from the game, and it looks like the economy is broken. Potentially one, maybe two more rounds coming in for the British Army as Deagles are pulled out for RGB, and another timeout coming in from the counter-terrorists. Now, this is something in other games I have been honoured to cast for the Lions League and other such. It hasn't happened very often. Timeouts are underused across CSGO in general, I think, and these guys are using them fantastically. They have used 3 timeouts this map, and the British Army have used just 1. The Army now needs to keep it very careful. IC2K and Yugen have proven deadly with those upgraded pistols, as has Rem, but 2 USPs on KeeperG and Khalif will be less of an issue. Only armor on IC2K as well means that he is potentially the lethal threat right now, and the British Army just have to force into a default and hold on. As 4 players from RGB move towards the B site. No early aggression from the Army has potentially paid off well for them, as it looks like they're heading into apps ready for an A execute. And it looked like the Estonians were going for a little bit of an Astralis stack at the top of Banana, as they've given up on that, and it looks like they're moving down towards Banana. Well, that jump may have spotted Cause. Oh, they do. A headshot on him from that boost. But will he read there'll be a second one? This time with a PG-50. He won't, but he will drop off just in time to save himself. But they will now know there's 4 players up top Banana. Rem goes down on A. IC2K finds him with that Deagle. We know he's dangerous with from long, and he finds a second as well as Demon Cookie goes down. Nade will take him down to half HP, and the retake now underway as Cause is cutting himself in behind the enemy. Well, they know he's there, but he knows they're there as he knows there's 2 on short now as he moves around quietly with his 10 knife. Reason one that will find himself, keep it G. Molly will hold off IC2K as well, and it's a 2 versus 3 retake. Deagle and P250, Yugen and IC2K trying to work out what they can do. Cause on another flank, Sorak finds Yugen, jumps around, nice headshot will take Sorak down to 7 HP, and Bradders finishes off IC2K as well. 13-12, and the economy is still pretty dicey for the Estonians as we move into round number 26. Well, as we move into round number 26, the Estonians have opted for a deco with just 1 MP9 on Yugen to try and do some work. Nade coming down will take Bradders down to 58 HP. Early advantage on HP for the Estonians. But it looks like they've opted for no aggression. The British Army just trying to feel out what it is they're up against. Still, 3 players towards the B site means advantage on the A for the British Army should they choose to exploit this apps control they have. Sorak though, will he peek? Peeking the wrong way. Oh, KeeperG finds him. And that looks like an AK has been collected by KeeperG, but he will not get the chance to use it as Sharp finds him. Course finds a second. That is A site opened up for the British Army, but they're yet to exploit it. Sharp does find IC2K in apps as well. Rotates coming in. Long already rotated into, and it looks like Rem will have the Deagle trying to hold on to the aggressive. By Bradders, who will find him through the edge of the box, and just Yugen with this MP9 waiting to try and find himself an AK, no doubt. Well, Steps giving away position. Sharp moving up to defend the AK. But will he realise that there's someone in behind him? He won't, because Bradders comes around the corner and goes down to Yugen, who finds... Oh, he finds a second with the AK as well. And Rotate coming in frantic up mid now as he finds a third on Demon Cookie. Just caused out on his own. Oh, nice headshot from him. Absolutely no flappers. He does find Yugen, but too much damage was done to the British Army economy there. Bradders on 9k will be able to drop his teammate, but it's too much for an anti-eco. And here comes in the second timeout for the British Army as they look to try and steady themselves and stop any momentum the RGB may be attempting to gain. 22 frags on Bradders, 24 on Cause, 19 on Sharp, 17 on Cookie, and just 12 on Solrak. doing fantastic work compared to the 26-10 on the opposite team as well. It looks like our cameraman's finding himself some skills as he looks around those spawn sites, and Cause with the AWP looking for some early aggression early on. Will not be gifted as the smoke goes down and blocks off any site up mid. But another boost coming up from the Team RGB will give themselves enhanced control over the A site and potentially allow them to rotate one player over towards B. But they're not going to do that, as it looks like one player holding close on long, one up on boost for short, and the British Army now looking to move towards A site. Oh, that nade. TPG down to 65 HP. A flash as well, flashing both Estonian players. A little jiggle peek won't see much, and steps in apps will give away the position of at least 2 players. But these close-up positions are potentially very, very deadly. As smokes come in, Ollie comes in, and Rem will find Solrak. Rem finds a second on Cookie. Brothers will find KPG, but they've not found Rem yet, who's up on the boost. Sharp looking to try and find himself an entrance outside of a balcony. Will go down to Khalif's AWP, and the rotate's coming in from B as Khalif finds yet another abundance. He's so dangerous, this AWP. And he finds himself a third as well. Fantastic play from Khalif, who finds Cause to end the round, taking 14-13. And force the British Army into what looks like a very awkward buy, but potentially a deco, as Brad has already bought himself up a full utility and an AK. Will force his team to buy as well. Deals, AKs, and Tech 9 for the British Army to try and find themselves the round. It looks like they're going for the win rather than going for the draw. Molly will force Brothers into an awkward position as he's stuck behind there and taking a little bit of health off him and Solrak as well. Smoke's going down. Smoke's going down. Will hold them off. And aggression from Yugen will be punished by Cause as he takes him out and pushes through that smoke. Just one player left on the B side. As forced quick rotations coming in from RGB. British Army needs to capitalise now before the rotations finds itself in place. As Keep It G comes through a smoke on CT, and they have read it well. The British Army now sprinting back down Banana, trying to find themselves a little bit of a foothold in A site. As one player on short, one player on long. Oh, upon Keep It G. No, Mbora will find Demon Cookie as the British Army move around A site. Cause finds Khalif. Guns being picked up by the British Army. 4 versus 2, but only 2 HP on Cause with the AWP. Sharp in the meantime going down through smoke to Keep It G as the retake has come in. Oh, fantastic. Fuck. Oh, there we go. Finds a third as well. Keep It G finds 1, finds 2, finds 3. Leaving Brothers in a 1 versus 2. Bomb in default position. Oh, but they held. Oh, they held, and Brothers finds 2 after time. 15-13. The British Army now forced into trying to go for overtime, as it looks like the British Army now forced into yet another awkward buy, trying to hold off match point from RGB. Round number 29 comes in. And early aggression from the British Army into Mexico will be punished slightly by nades coming down mid. Cause, though, will find one as he finds Keep It G at top mid. Whiskily thinking better of any more aggression as British Army advance up mid fast. Spokes coming down now. 2 players on long to try and hold off the aggression. And Tech 9 spam through the smoke will have no effect. Oh, but they get IC2K caught in the smoke together. IC2K wins out the duel. And spam through the smoke will be unaffected, but Khalif doesn't matter to him. He finds Demon Cookie. Sharp will find Khalif though as he's full flashed. IC2K already on the flank and rotate up onto Graveyard, but the British Army moving towards B. IC2K at bottom mid. Sorry, IC2K on A finds Sharp. There's a player bottom mid and 1 player on A. Yugen will find Solrak, leaving this in a 1 versus 3. On his own. These headshots are his thing, but he is stuck on B side. No bomb and 50 seconds. And players coming in from all directions. Brothers goes down to Rem. 16-13 and 1-0 to RGB in this best of 3. Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have the map number 1 going down to RGB, and that was the British Army's pick as well as, well, Unbelievable. They picked the T side to start, which is back to front, which could have thrown them off, but still 16-14, I believe, or 16-13 it was, to RGB. And well, there we have it. Not much more to say about it. The British Army had some fantastic aggression plays. RGB had some fantastic aggression plays. The AWPs coming out across the board. Cause was doing some work. Solrak, Brad was doing some fantastic headshot work on some of those clutches as well. But they just couldn't match up on Inferno to RGB and Khalif with his AWP as well. So we're going to take a quick break and we will come back to you just before the next map, which is which Mirage starts. And we will see you again very, very shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back, and I've had a wardrobe change because it's way, way, way too warm in this room when I'm saying casting and get all excitable for you guys. But that is by the by. We've just witnessed what has been an aggressive and fast-paced first round of this best of three. This series is now 1-0 to RGB. Inferno down, Mirage up, and this, if I have read the vetoes correctly, is the pick of RGB, although I got very confused by the side pick as RGB took T last. So I could be wrong. You know, it's not the first time I've been wrong. It's not the second time. But here we go. The players are back in the server. They are warming up on Mirage, getting ready to go. We know that both teams are gunning for this win. The British Army, though, they need to win this to keep themselves in the series. Nay, to keep themselves in the tournament. And I can't believe I just said the word nay. And it did. It came out of my mouth, but it's fine. We saw some fantastic plays from Cores with the York. We saw some fantastic plays from Bradders with both the AK and the York. We saw fantastic plays from Cookie. We saw fantastic plays from Solrak. We saw fantastic plays from Sharp as well. But it doesn't matter because they couldn't come up against the players in RGB and come and beat that on Inferno. Khalif come up with his orb, a couple of 3Ks, maybe even a 4K there as well. IC2K with the Deagle was just almost unstoppable, even on those Deco rounds. It felt like they were coming up against gun rounds. So it's all to play for the British Army. And I know for a fact that some of these players on our side of this match here love Mirage. Cause is a player who will find himself in a completely odd position as a CT, somewhere you don't expect him, and you'll turn around and, oh my God, there's a bullet that's just gone through my head. It's what he does on Mirage. It's his playground. Solrak, he IGLs this map quite often with the British Army team. Sharp will find himself at top of apps, and he will find himself that sharp angle and get himself a few frags there as well. So RGB really need to be careful. They need to make sure that 1-0 in the series doesn't go to their head and they don't get over aggressive on this play. Although Mirage is a map that can be very puggy as well. So it's going to be down to who finds those opening frags, who finds the opener, and who, if the opener can be maintained throughout that each and every round. And it's going to probably go down to the wire. But here we go. Enough of my face as we move into round number 1 with the British Army on the T side. So it does look like the vetoes I were given were incorrect, as this may be the British Army's pick rather than RGB's. And it looks like we've gone for a 2-3 split as the British Army move towards underpass, ready to go for a split A. But it looks like it's been read well as well, as there is one player holding connector for RGB. That's Keep It G, as he moves around there, and the British Army look ready to execute. Whiskerleaf will jump in window just in time to find Demon Could take that 90 HP. And he is trapped in window now as players descend into connector from all over the place. Yugen opens up this round as he finds Cores coming out of Palace. The bomb now stuck on a site. That's Sharp though, finds Khalif in jungle. Oh, he finds a second as he does a little flick shot to Keep It G. Means it's now 4 versus 3 for the British Army as rotates come in and players all over jungle will stop Rem trying to rotate in for that position. Bomb though in the default position, unable to go down because Rem is wrong. There is a player in CT, but Yugen goes down to Demon Cookie. A nice headshot from across the site. Allows the bombs to be planted. And the retake. Oh, Rem, what a headshot. He takes out Solrak, who peeks around the corner. Brad just finds IC2K in trade. Needs a 1 versus 3. Rem with no kit has to try and find himself 3 kills and the defuse. He finds one, Demon Cookie now, and he moves into the site. Bomb not planted for either player, but Sharp will find Rem on the cross. Fantastic play from him, and that is an early 3K for Sharp. Already feeling Mirage. 1-0 British Army, ready to go. Well, I've been informed that we have some of our Estonian friends in the stream as well, so I do hope that I'm not mispronouncing your team's names here as we move further into this series. If I do, please, by all means, take the mickey out of me in chat and ruin me. It's fine, it's what it's all about. But as we move into round number 2, the British Army's full aggression and a waterfall out of apps will be able to get himself into the exposed A side. Demon Cookie finds PPG, but Yugen finds Demon Cookie. Kors finds a trade. Yugen another. Solrak finds him finally as he takes down 2 of the British Army players. 3 versus 2. The Eagles being able to do work from stairs and jungle, but the British Army hunker down now into this defense of the bomb site A. Kors down to 60 HP from the Eagle spam instead. Kors though will find 1 and he finds a second, finishing off the round. 2-0 British Army, and Yugen unable to do more than 2 frags to try and win that round for his team. And it looks like the Army again going for another one of these bonus rounds with 2 Mac 10s being brought across from the last round, and it looks like it's a good call. We've got 1 MP9 and 4 Deagles. And it looks like an aggressive mid play coming in from RGB as 2 players start to move up towards mid. And it's not going to matter because Kors is going to drop the back 10 for the MP9 as he finds Yugen. That's their SMG down. The Eagle spam from stairs will find Kors. Oh no, won't. Kors going down from the British Smoke, but Khalif finds him as well. Trey's coming all across the board. 4 versus 3. Damage done to Khalif on stairs. Keeping G down to 40 HP as well. The British Army aggress hard and fast straight into this A site again. Demon Cookie going down to 90 HP. Keeper G finds a fantastic headshot on the chart, but will go down to Demon Cookie. In the meantime, Solrak finds Khalif with a Kobe and just Rem on the stairs trying to find 1 more kill, but Solrak finds him before he can do any more damage with an MP9. 3-0 British Army. Early aggression paying off well for the Army as they move into round number 4, the first gun round of all. Solrak still sticking with the MP9, trying to rake himself in a little bit more money, potentially an awkward buy for him now as he moves into this next round. But it looks like we've got another aggressive play straight towards BAES. Map control given up almost entirely by the British Army. Just 1 player holding top mid as the alley has been taken. Smoke's getting ready to come down. I'm not sure where Sharp is trying to smoke from here. It's not a smoke lineup I personally know, but there will definitely be a window smoke coming down. It looks like Arches potentially as the aggression comes in. Flash is going down. 1 player going down past Kors. Will find the opener on Rem, who is on chairs, but IC2K gets himself a trade on Kors from behind the smoke. Doesn't get himself a second. The spam goes through the smoke. Bomb will go down. Sharp finds IC2K finally from the middle of site. Khalif already in the rotate with an orb in market, ready to do some damage, but Khalif taking out to 1 HP, has spam through the smoke. You get on short, will be spotted as well. And that nade takes him down. Not almost on 100 HP. Khalif on 1, Yugen finds 1, Yugen finds 2. The Sharp going down to his fine aim, but the retake is still underway as 2 players hold down. Solrak will find Yugen, just a 1 HP Khalif already saving at the other side of CT with his orb. As the British Army exit and take it to round number 4. 4-0 British Army. Early aggression paying off. Oh, that hunt on, but Khalif couldn't find that orb kill. Riders pushes himself out market and ends the round. Well, there we have it. The aggression has paid off, and it looks like I was wrong at the start. This must be the British Army's pick. As we move into round number 5. Again, early aggression out mid. Khalif with the orb being forced back in the molly. Just stand there for a while and get taken down to 57 HP. Kors jumping up into his own body. Will find Khalif. The aggression just absolutely crazy from the man as he moves in. It's back into jungle to try and find himself eventually. Rotate right to go shot. Will spam it down. Solrak to very low HP, but Cookie in the meantime finds 1. Kors finds another. Radis finds Icy as well, taking to 1 versus 5. Just Yugen on the site that the British Army are trying to plant, unable to find himself a consolation frag. 5-0 British Army, and the train is on. Well, our cameraman looking to see if he can do himself some more work, stuck himself in CT position and blocked the camera right there, but that's okay. Flash is coming in, will force the peek back, and the British Army on the early aggression train straight in towards apps, no waiting around. Just Kors on the lurk in ramp. Molotov dying out before the British Army arrive, means they will be able to push straight into sight. Molotov raining down from the British Army, trying to hold one will extinguish himself in a smoke. It looks like there's not going to go over the fence. Khalif finds one on the board on a site. Khalif finds a second on Brothers. Solrak and Demon Cookie finding quick trades in the meantime. Rotate's already on the way, and Demon Cookie will find Khalif. Sharp on the flank, getting taken out by Yugen, and just now into a 2 versus 1. Solrak on the site will get taken out by a peek from window rather than door, and taking it to a 5-1. RGB finally find themselves on the board. But the British Army in no trouble with their economy right now. 12k on Bladders before the round had even finished. 13k on Sorak as well, means they will be able to drop into an AWP if they want, but they're not going to. They're going to go for AKs and full utility against a very, very economically sensitive RGB side, and they have to be very careful now to not lose this round to the British Army, otherwise they will be forced into one, potentially 2 ecos. Based on the fact that Khalif has $0 Khalif on the aggression up mid though will find himself one, but a quick trade from Cause will get to keep it G in connector. And Demon Cookie finds Khalif, so IC2K bringing it back to even. Stevens all across the board here, and he finds Cause with the AWP. Solrak and Demon Cookie, they're doing fantastic work, taking it back into a 3 versus 1. The British Army on the ball. Reverse sweep. Demon Cookie finds another fantastic free kill from him in this round. 6-1 British Army. And oh, he just missed the AWP as well. He'd be kicking himself. Not that the economy on the British Army even needs it. Well, a deco coming in for RGB, and it looks like they're going for a... Well, looks like they're going for a fairly defensive setup despite the low economy. The British Army are not going to wait around. 2 players aggressive towards a ramp will mean Solrak, no, sorry, Sharp has to be very careful as if he moves around towards the ramp here. As the British Army dropping a use hill as a fake, heading back towards the A site, but no rotations have been called from the normal standard setup of RGB as they go into a 2 underwood. Smoke's coming down, will give away the game. RGB now know that it's going to be an A take as rotates come in. Of course, the Demon Cookie find 1, they find 2, but Yugen on top will get taken out by Sharp, not before he takes out Demon Cookie. In the meantime, Sharp will find 1 more on Rem, and it's down into a 4 versus 1. This to leave in his Deagle. Oh, Solrak. Oh, no, you didn't. That quick peek from Solrak just pulls him apart, leaves it into a 7-1. Rem going down. You got to feel for the guy. He had the angle, he had the peek, he was waiting for it, but he just didn't get the timing. 7-1 British Army, and the Army train is all over this, and it looks like we're going to go into another full buy. 2 AWP setup coming in from RGB, 2 AUGs as well. Another bit of B3-3 as that Molotov is going to force KBG out of window. And Demon Cookie spraying through the smoke will find 1, but he'll trade up by Stu down short. Cause finds KBG, but Khalif on A will stop before trading out as well. Sorak will find Khalif. 2 versus 3. Brad is on mid, 2 players on A. Both RGB players forced into rotating through CT by smokes and flashes in mid, means it's going to be a slow retake coming in as British Army bunker down into the A site in this bomb defense. Sorak and Ninja. And it looks like Cookie or Sharp. Sharp or Bradders even. Well, Sharp will find Rem, leaving it in a 1 versus 3. IC2K with its AUG will find Sharp. Solrak with a quick trade finds IC2K. 8-1 British Army. And the stomping continues. RGB unable to find themselves much in the way of leg room to try and work someone out here, as the British Army's aggression just dominates all over mid. And look at that, Bradder's not found himself many people with only 2 frags this half already in 9 rounds. As round number 10 comes away, the cameraman's found himself and just knew what to stay in, but he has finally worked out we need to go see Solrak push that ramp. Has to be very careful of the close aggression cover through the smoke, but Cause in the meantime will find him. Sharp finds a second to keep it G. Yugen, unable to do much work as he finds, is he taken out by Sharp? Ice2K will find Bradders, but Sharp gets a quick trade on him. Just Rem and the Deagle again get taken out by Cause as he moves towards Murder Hole, and it's called that for a reason. 9-1 British Army, and a full buy finally coming back in for RGB. Time for them to find their ground. And it looks like they need to try and stop the early aggression up mid for the British Army, but it doesn't matter because the British Army have decided to go for a different way. They're just going straight into A. And it may be a good call because 3 players are still around jungle area for RGB. Just 1 player close up on aggression for RGB. And rotates coming in. One player looks like moving underpass as well. There's a potential collision in underpass now as Cause will find IC2K under on the quick trade, and that's going to force Keep It G to look back towards B. As smokes come down on A, the British Army explode out onto A site. Yugen finds the opener on A site, finds one, but quick trade out from Solrak as well. Just Rem now left to hold the site up from stairs. Cause will find Khalif in the meantime as Molly starts to rain down. Keep It G finds Cause, but Sharp will find Rem. Keep It G again gets a second as he finds Sharp as well. And a 1 versus 2 with the AWP. It looks like he's going to try and find himself another frag to get this kill. One player in Palace, one player on CT, sandwiching this bomb on site, and just the lone Keep It G with an AUG now as he moves onto site, flashes himself out, unable to find himself a frag yet as a peek comes in from, fantastic damage done on Bradders, but Solrak is able to find him from CT. Fantastic crossfire set up by British Army, takes 10-1. And this could not be any different from the last map, as it looks like the British Army just stomping all over Mirage. It's their playground now. 10-1 and another deco or awkward buy as Khalif just buys himself up into a rifle. And 4 deagles to do the rest of the work for him. But look at the economy on the British Army. Solrak on 15.2k. Cause on just under 10. Bradders on 13k as he finds Wiz Khalif on A. The British Army both aggressive out on A now. Cause finds another 2 players on the lurk in A. Had found 2 entrance frags and is forced to rotate towards A as the bomb is going towards B. Cause will go down to Rem. Volley going down will force players in jungle out of position and do some serious damage to Rem, but the British Army, they're not there. They've got B. Just Bradders can find himself some more frags as Keep It G goes down to Bradders on A site. As Bradders falls back now, the jig is up and rotates back towards B, comes in Sharp. Will find Rem from short. And just Yugen in jungle trying to find himself a constellation frag as he away 1 player, but Demon Cookie not giving him the chance and finds Yugen in jungle, leaving it into a round number 13. 11-1 victory so far for the British Army. Only 3 more rounds left in this half as the British Army have an 11-1 dominating lead for Mirage. And another full buy-in, although very low utility for RGB. And it looks like the British Army is setting up for a quick smokes A play. But they have to be very careful. There's aggression up mid and map control now firmly in the hands of RGB. Mid control getting taken by Khalif and underpass getting taken by Yugen. And these smokes coming in will give away this jig. But Cause going around the corner will find Khalif. Keep It G goes down to Bradders in the meantime on A side. Just Rem trying to find himself down from the top of these smokes. But he's going to get flanked by Cause, who finds him from mid. And Cause jumping into a molly will go down to Yugen as the pressure doesn't pay off. But in the meantime, IC2K going down to Demon Cookie. 4 players all over A site for British Army. And it looks like Demon Cookie spotted him. And he has. Yugen goes down to a Demon Cookie. 12-1 British Army. And the economy now is safe for the rest of the half for the British Army. And RGB unfortunately forced into FAMAS as a scout and an M4 or 2, but no utility usage whatsoever. And the British Army, that aggressive straight out mid, going to be punished this time by HTK front of us. He finds 1, he finds 2, he finds 3. No, he got taken from Rem, who finds the 3rd frag there. 2 kills for HTK on mid. And Keep It G will find Sharp. The British Army have kind of stumbled at the last hurdle of this half. So we'll find a quick trade constellation frag, who's down to 22 HP. The bomb, though, is in T-spawn, and that's about to be found by RGB as they move around towards T-spawn. Well, I'm not quite sure why they're going to play it on B side. They know where he is, and he's just staring at apps, but it's what they do. It's what the players do. They don't listen to the calls, and they move around. But it doesn't matter if you listen to the calls or not, because RGB have found themselves another round on the board, 12-2. The British Army, not worrying about their economy in round number 15, will have a timeout. And it looks like the full buys will be coming in. It looks like Demon Cookie is either AFK or potentially a tech timeout here, as he is yet to buy. Hopefully we'll see something in chat, but so far this half has been entirely different from the first map. And just take a look at these headshot percentages: 61 on Cause, 57 on Sharp, 72 on Yugen, and 145 ADR from Cause, just showing that Mirage is his playground. And the utility damage, 0 utility damage at all for RGB compared to the British Army doing some absolute work with nades and Molotovs. Although, admittedly, some of course must be damage to himself because he stood in his molly for at least 4 rounds. But it is what it is. It is what he does. He is crazy like that. And the British Army slowing things down as they move into a 3-2 split. Bomb towards A site. 3 players in B. Looks like we've got a potential double fake coming in as flashes and smokes come down on A. And the bomb moving away, just leaving 1 player to lurk. Brad is lurking at ramp, waiting for the aggression, and mollies, smokes, and flashes coming down. And players have been spotted as the aggression. Now the XU comes in. British Army falling onto B side, trying to find work. Ice2K finds 1. Ice2K finds the 2nd, unable to trade down the sharp moving round towards short. Ice2K finds 3. KBG finds the 4th. Just Brad is on his own on the A site, and 12-3 ends the first half. The British Army dominating the first half on the T side of Mirage, but that convincing round finally tells me RGB have turned up. They have woken up and the second half is underway. And it's time to see if the British Army can defend what they have just attacked. Well, here we go into round number 16 as a very fast aggressive play towards B comes in. 4 players towards B, 1 going mid. Smoke's coming down, will hold on any defense so far, but Sharp will find the open. Ice2K, a quick trade on Demon Cookie will be very fragile defense on B. Rem will find another, taking it to a 3 versus 4 in favor of RGB. Solrak stuck behind the smoke, has been spotted. Yugen pushing around the smoke, will find Solrak as well. 4 versus 2. Brandon goes down to Icy2K, and Cause on the flank for Raps goes down to Icy2K as well. Fantastic play from him to end the British Army's hope of coming back early on in this half. And it looks like there is no wasting time for RGB as they fall into 2 AKs, SMGs, and a scout. British Army on 5 nades. Looks like they're going to go for a nade stack on A or mid. Oh, but damage being done already. Sorok down to 18 HP. They do a little bit of damage to Sharp. KBG finds 1, finds 2 in mid, finds 3, finds 4. And whoa, he runs out of bullet. It looks like Sharp moving up, unable to get the ace as Sharp finds Keep It G, but IC2K ends it. Fantastic 4K anti-eco from Keep It G on top mid. We'll have his AK returned to him as well, which means he is able to continue in this round. But round number 3 of the second half, round number 18 of the match, and the British Army still working on upgraded pistols and armor. Now waiting to try and find a little bit to do. Early aggression from RGB as they move towards B very fast. They've read this well. They've read it. The British Army are on a auto side. And Demon Cookie finds the opener as Max 10 jumps outside, but Ice2K will find a quick trade on him. Sharp going around the site will find KBG, but Khalif and Ice2K can be tied by Zoran and Sharp. Just Briders left with Cause to try and work them out. Cause will find 1, taking it to 2 versus 2. And Cause finds a 2nd as well. Yugen goes down. Khalif on a scout knows where both players are. Both British Army players very low. And Khalif has gone for the pistol players. Brothers tries to beam himself around smoke. Cause going down to Khalif, taking it to a 1 versus 1 HP advantage, heavily in favor of RGB. Brothers just playing time, waiting for the plan, waiting for the mistakes. As the tense play around the site comes up, smoke clears, and Brothers has been spotted by Khalif up on that bin. And it looks like they're going to jiggle around the site for a bit. This is the kind of play everyone loves to see, but hates to play against as Khalif will find the kill. Fantastic 3K for him, and he finds himself an AK as well, taking it to 12-6. The British Army now trying to find an answer to this early aggression from RGB. Perhaps they can find it in this first full buy round as Brothers gets to buy. Will buy up a little bit late, and the British Army go for 3 players towards B as RGB settle into a default play. And Keeper G opens up this round with a fantastic headshot on Demon Cookie, who goes down on short window. Yugen will spot Solrak on stairs, who can expand to 40 HP through the wall. And I think there on A side will find one. Bradders will get himself a trade end on Rem, but Keep It G and probably Ice 2K will find Bradders, and Sharp goes down to Keep It G at the end of that round. 12-7, and the British Army stumbling again, trying to find themselves an entrance back into a deco. Unable to find an answer to the aggressive plays of RGB. Yeah, he's coming down. Fantastic play from Bradders and Zorak to find one, but Khalif will find Bradders. Zorak in the meantime finds Khalif, taking it into a 4 versus 3. Early aggression paying off for the British Army as they've retrieved themselves one AK and an AWP. And A-Site now firmly in the defense of 2 well-armed British Army players, and they've gone to a 2-2 split on both sides. As RGB now spread firmly across the map. Look to try and find themselves an opening. The British Army already rotating themselves away from A, potentially dangerous bomb moves towards ramp. And Rem has found himself an opening in mid as well as he looks towards jungle and connector. Cause on the AWP holding ramp will be forced off position as aggression makes connector. Rem finds Solrak in connector, but the Molotov's not going to stop. It's going to stop him pushing any further. Flash coming out from Palace will give away one more player as Cause in CT unable to make that AWP work for him just yet. Now backed up by Demon Cookie on the Deagle as well, trying to find entrances to rotate. Sharp now in jungle, looking to see if he can do some work. Sorry for the lag, gentlemen. We hope to keep this one off as much as possible. Demon Cookie though finds the entrance on the retake, leaving it in a 3 versus 2. Both RGB players now in very, very good defensive positions as Ice2K finds one from ramp. Cause finds another. Ice2K now on ramp on his own. Finds Yugen. Yugen finds Cause, but there's no chance for plant. Yugen finds the second as well, and I completely lost my mind in that round. The British Army just threw away a 4-3 man advantage to lose that round. 12-8 now to the British Army as this lead evaporates. It evaporates quickly, and it looks like we're going into round number 21 with full buys on both sides. Big Green's coming out as Cause looking to try and do some work. But there's no mid presence at all from the British Army. Mollies will stop any aggression. No, it won't. They just push through the mollies on RGB. Solrak will find us here. Cause finds Yugen as well. 5-3 man advantage British Army now. They've got to hold on to this lead as they try and find themselves round number 13. Molotov stopping any aggression up connector, but not going to stop Keep It G getting themselves into jungle. And the British Army are exposed to the back now as Keep It G looks like he's moving towards B through Murder Hole. CT exposed and 2 more players come up. Short. The smoke's going down will stop any aggression through towards short, but Keep It G meantime finds Cause in CT, moving back towards jungle. The British Army know where he is now, but they're going to have to try and find him if you want to do something, but he's looking to move out of jungle. Solrak trouble now as he's potentially injured. Will find the bomb, but he'll get traded out quickly by Rem. Keep It G finds Bradders as well. A exposed. Rem finds another 2 versus 1 now, and just Sharp trying to find himself a kill. Unable to find himself the opener as the retake comes in. Looks like he's going to try and get himself onto site. RGB firmly in defense. 1 player in Palace, 1 player in ramp. If this Palace player goes down, it looks like the British Sharp could potentially hold a defuse, but we're not quite sure. Nade not going to do any damage. Spam again, doing it nothing but give away his position as he moves onto this site. Checking angles, checking corners. Keep It G peeking out of Palace. Will find Sharp with a nice headshot. 12-9 now as the RGB train, Stomp Train, moves back in its force, and it's in full gear. The British Army need to find a way to stop this. They're not able to do anything. They're back into a deco. Their economy is broken, and it looks like another round coming in for RGB as their aggression moves straight into mid. And the British Army now taking the player into underpass. Cause going under, trying to find himself an opener there. Looks like he's going to run into IC2K, and he will miss out the Deagle, losing out to the AK in underpass. And it looks like the RGB train moving towards B has spotted Demon Cookie as well. Khalif will find Solrak on A in the meantime. Demon Cookie on car trying to do some Keep It G finds Sharp. Demon Cookie unable to find, he finds it eventually, finds Yugi on the advance. Unable to find himself a second as he pins in to find all RGB players now. 4 versus 1. 12-10 to the British Army, although it looks like that lead is closing thick and fast. The British Army need to find an answer to this aggression fast, or they're going to be out of rounds to hold away. And a 2 AWPs out finally coming in. Brad is picking up an AWP, Core's picking up the AWP, and it looks like they need to try and hold off the early aggression as RGB moves towards A site. With 2 players heading into apps. Yugen like he's going to try and find some early aggression in apps. Smoke's coming down, trying to force a fake, but no actual aggression from players as Molotov stop any aggression pushing out of apps and making it force. Players advancing on both sites now, trying to find an open. Keep it G down to 1 HP. So alright, we'll go down in the WG. Ice2K finds one. Rem finds the third, taking it to a 4 versus 2. 1 player on either side for the British Army, and the bomb on A site. Rem trying to find himself another opener on this site. Jiggling around the site, just sharp trying to hold off these players. Bomb going down on A site though. British Army stuck in a position, unable to do much. Sharp will find Ren, but he's not going to read there's a second player in apps. Only on 15 HP. Yugen pushes out. Oh, I see 2K finds Sharp from market, leaves just Cause on his own with an AWP, trying to save against 4 players already on a hunt, trying to find out where he is. 12-11 British Army in this round. I really do like the bomb music that our cameraman has for today. It's new. I've not heard this one at all. Core's mission given away at the end of that as he tries to save the AWP. Over aggressive. Needs to be very careful he doesn't lose this AWP to RGB. 12-11, and the British Army forced into a half fire around the AWP, hopefully trying to save themselves another round and get themselves back into this game. But the early aggression and the overwhelming aggression from RGB is just stopping them in their tracks. Keep it G opening up this one, taking the AWP out of the hands of the British Army, leaving just upgraded pistols to try and defend these sites. Solrak will find aggression from 1, but Keep it G will trade him out, or will find him from Palace. Demon Cookie finds Yugen, but Ice2K finds both of the trades going in favour of RGB all over the place now. 2 versus 4. Sharp finds 1, Demon Cookie finds another, taking it back to 2 versus 2. Weapon advantage still in favour of RGB, but no plant just yet. And Khalif will find the over-aggressive Sharp, trying to stop the plant. Just Demon Cookie in connector, trying to find himself a kill. Will spot 1 in Ninja, but unable to get the kill as IC2K wide peaks around the bottom of the stairs. Finally, Demon Cookie taking 12-12. As round number 25 comes in, it looks like it could be going either way, providing the British Army get themselves up and try and find themselves this 13th round. It's been an absolute whitewash of a second half as these... It's 9 rounds on the trot there. 9 rounds on the trot for RGB. And early mid-aggression comes in. These guys don't care. They're going out, all out. They know they've got the rounds. As that smoke goes down, Spam will do no damage, but Brad is getting taken down. Cause will find IC2K in the meantime. Open up this round. Man advantage for the British Army, but they need to hold it now. They've done very, very poorly this half of holding that man advantage, as trades will come in fast from RGB. Solrak getting aggressive in window, trying to find himself a peek. Could potentially be undoing. Steps will give away his position as Rem is under window. So there's a player there. The bomb moving towards ramp into what looks to be the open arms of 2 players. Keep it G. Oh no, he finds him from the ladder. And he finds a second of Brothers through the floor of the wood as well. Unbelievable. Rem finds a spray down through smoke, taking it into a 4 versus 2 in advantage of RGB. And Solrak goes down in the meantime as well. Whisker Leaf finding Solrak on the A site. Sharp on his own, saving an AWP, trying to get himself out of this dodgy and precarious position. And it looks like it's 13-12 to RGB. What looked to be a convincing and dominating first half for the British Army has evaporated away. And Sharp just shows that he knows it as well. As the hunt for the AWP gets underway, players going under, players coming down short. 10 seconds left of this half. 10 seconds left for Sharp to try and hold on to this AWP. Here's players on short. Players jumping up into apps. And a bit of team damage coming in for funsies. And oh, he managed to keep hold of it. There's a little bit of lag coming in there towards the end, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologise for the lag. But as we move into round number 26, it's now 13-12 to RGB, and the lead has been taken by RGB. The British Army floundering, unable to find themselves something to do in this half. They need to try and work out this aggression. IC2K going for the quick jump into jungle will be heard, but there appears to be very little way of reaction from the British Army as they finally realise he's jumped into jungle and moved towards that position. But they're not even looking in that angle. IC2K has been given a freebie. He's just upgrading the jungle and giving him one tap to cause. He finds one, unable to find a second as Solrak takes him out from stairs, but he should never have been in that position in the first place. DPG finds one, but a quick trade from Bradders will find Rem. Take it back to a 3 versus 3, but DPG finds Demon Cookie, and Yugen will find Bradders just Sharp again on his own, stuck, unable to do much. Gives away his positions, breaks the vent moving into jungle. And it's 3 versus 1, just Sharp on his own, trying to work out what he's going to do. As he moves out onto the A site, he does damage to one and under wood. Nade will finish off Khalif. But the crossfire already set up by RGB means he is in a precarious position. He has to get across the site and get himself... And he pulls out a smoke and keep it. G finds a fantastic one dig, moving out of RAM. 14-12 RGB. Well, Cause on 23 frags and Sharp on 20. Still can't compare to the 26 frags apiece to IC2K and Keep It G, but it's been a game of two halves entirely as the British Army are unable to find anything in the second half at all. They will find an opener this round, however, on Keep It G as Sharp finds him on A side. And it looks like the British Army now having to hunker down with the upgraded pistols and weaker rifles, trying to find themselves something to do as the jump leaks from Demon Cookie, not able to find anything until the spam comes down. He will get out before those nades come in and keep himself under window, so he's safe enough as it is. And Cause with a deagle will find a second frag for the British Army this round from short. But will he read the bombers there? They're not quite sure. Rem looks to be moving towards some A aggression. Looks like he's going to be moving into the open of Sharp, who looks away at just the wrong time. Got CSGO'd entirely, and that's going to force a rotate back towards A, which appears to be a good call because the bomb's coming this way as well. Solrak going into connector, going to be greeted by 2 RGB players. Will find one frag, but the jump down will be punished by IC2K as he moves into connector. But Brad is punishing IC2K as well. Game of trade, taking it to a 3 versus 1. Could this be the British Army's first round of the second half? The bomb down in connector. And British Army players on both sides. A fantastic crossfire, and Rem tries to find himself the bomb. And Cause on the flank will find himself the final kill, taking it back to 14-13. British Army finally finding themselves a round on the second half of this match, taking it to 14-13. But it's been slow for the British Army. They need to try and find this round again and again. And they need to make sure they win this round, because if they lose this round, that is probably game, set, and match. Smoke's coming in as mid aggression comes out from RGB. 3 players moving out towards mid. Stuck behind the smoke at the moment. Molly's forcing players back, but still Brandon's in mid trying to do some work. We'll call their 3 players there. Keep It G aggressive in dabs, trying to find something to do, but he will do damage to Cause, but not enough to kill him as RGB move underpass towards mid. Steps will be heard, calls will be made, but the British Army now needs to try and stop any more aggression. And it looks like Khalif's moving up short with an AWP into ladder him. And he'll find Cause, punch Cause in the meantime with the AWP. That flash will force Keep It G back, and Solrak will punish him as well. But IC2K will find Solrak. Game of trades coming in either way. 4 versus 3. British Army stuck, trying to find themselves another opening into this half as the bomb moves back towards B. Looks like Demon Cookie's left on his own now to defend against the onslaught of RGB as short has been taken by Khalif. He will be spotted, and he will find Khalif as well, but he will be punished for his aggression as he finds Sharp finds Hugin. IC2K finds Sharp as well. 2 versus 1, just Bradders now in a clutch situation. A man that's known to be unflappable. IC2K pushes him. Will be punished as well. Bradders finds 1. He's now going to find himself a second. Rem over in the car position as Bradders jumps out of the window. Will spot him. A fantastic headshot from Bradders. Finds the kill. Taking it to 14-14 for the British Army. And the match is back on. The British Army has found themselves a bit of momentum. And match point is in their grasp as well. The economy is not a problem for RGB, but it is for the British Army. They need to make sure they win this round. That was a punishing round for their economy, losing 4 players. But 14-14, the hunt for match point is on for both teams. And RGB now just 1 round away from it, so is the British Army. And Keep It G opens up early with a kill on mid. Cause going down to the AWP duel, and that's it. The aggression coming in now. It looks like Hugin moving straight into apps. Just going to hold up behind the smoke. Nade doing no damage at all. Spam not doing much of it. Solrak finds IC2K. Both of the top players of both teams down now. It looks like it's a round for absolutely anyone. But Hugin's got to be very careful as he moves towards this smoke, as Demon Cookie is up on top of apps waiting for the aggression. Jiggle Peak not doing much. He will drop it down. Aggression into A is forced to rotate by the British Army. They're going towards A. But that's bad. Will hold one back. And the bomb has been spotted. The bomb has been doomed. Finds the bomb. Finds 2. Rem, you can go Cookie. The bomb is in the hands of the British Army. 4 versus 2. Both players for RGB moving from A. Khalif trying to get himself out of Murder Hole, trying to find himself a bit of damage. But Sharp is already on the flank, holding Murder Hole from behind. It's 1 player covered, but the second player coming in, Keep It G coming in through CT. Well, they know where he is now, but it doesn't matter to Sharp as he jumps down and finds 1. And Khalif now trying to find himself the exit of this Murder Hole. Oh, why did he pick up the AWP? Khalif finds Sharp with a fantastic headshot. 3 versus 1. British Army now just need to hold the angles, hold the crossfire, but it looks like they're trying to get aggressive, trying to hunt for this frag. Khalif moving out of market. Will move 1 in car. Spotted 1 shot. There's a little bit of damage to Bradders. Will find himself Solrak with a fantastic headshot. 10 seconds left. The British Army just got to flee. They've just got to spread out. They're going to get away from this. They can't plant. There's no time. And that is it. Match point goes to the British Army. 15-14 British Army. Unbelievable play from them across the board. Khalif doing absolutely fantastic work to get himself back into a potential of winning that round, but not able to get there in time for the British Army to steal match point from them. And we move into round number 30. This match has gone the whole way. My voice is killing me, but it's okay. The British Army changing up, going for an aggressive play on ramp. MP9 on Solrak, looking to see if he can find himself an opener. You can hold there close. Khalif waiting for the molly to clear. And the aggression tempered now. RGB forced into a default. Solrak will find Khalif with the MP9 and retrieve himself a rifle for his trouble. Demon Cookie finds Hugin as well on B. 5 versus 3. The British Army in grasping distance of this round, or this map as well. And Solrak getting taken down to 68 HP as IC2K moves himself onto A site and goes down to IC2K on default as well. All 3 RGB players now in A or connector, looking to try and find himself an entrance. Oh, big damage coming in from Cause. He finds Keep It G. No trade coming in from RGB though, but Rem will find Bradders eventually, taking it into a 2 versus 3. IC2K finds another thing, it's 2 versus 2, it's going all the way. Cause will find IC2K though, just Rem now with 1 versus 2. Demon Cookie and Cause with a crossfire means that Rem has to find himself at least 1 with his AWP before he can get himself a plant. And a smoke going down will allow Cause to potentially move out, but Rem is just going to hold the corner of that smoke. Steps giveaway. Oh, he's unable to find the kill on Cause as it takes it to 16-14. The British Army bring it back to 1-1 in this best of 3 series. Unbelievable play across the board. I don't know what to say. This is unbelievable. The The British Army stomped all over the first half, and then RGB stomped all over the second half, but the British Army managed to drag it back at the very, very last moment. 16-14 on Mirage against a 16-13 on Inferno. There is very little to separate these guys on their map choices. This game could come down to just who wins the knife round on Nuke. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going for another 5-minute break, and I will be back very, very shortly, probably with another wardrobe change as well. Who knows? We shall see. But see you again very, very soon.
Starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I wanna say goodbye. I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I wanna say goodbye.
Baby, why
Ladies and gentlemen, I have returned for map number 3 of this best of 3 series, and like Madonna, I have gone for yet another wardrobe change. This time repping up the RLC. Why not? I feel like I should do it because that's the team I play for in Lions League, but we can move on from that little bit of shame show right there. Map number 3 comes up, and we have seen two hellishly difficult games for the British Army and RGB. A 16-13 win on Inferno for RGB and a 16-14 win despite having an 11-3 12-3 win, I can't count, I swear, on the start of first half of Mirage, taking it back to a 16-14 win for British Army. As we move on into Nuke, a map that I know players on the British Army have been playing quite often, a map that they know pretty well. It looks like it could come down to who wins the knife round and who gets to play CT first. This is a heavily CT-sided map, as we all know, so it could go either way. Again, the players are already in the server, so we'll get less of my face wobbling around the screen for you, and we'll move on into the first round. Sorry, the knife round. This is like a pistol round, but with no guns, right? This is how it goes. And the British Army are on the CT side for the knife round. RGB on second. First damage coming in, and there we go. 3 kills quick for British Army. And taking it down to a 3 versus 1. Just poor little Yugen at 3 HP, and the British Army win. So the decision on the side will go to the British Army. And it looks like early advantage in this map will go to the British Army, who get to pick the CT side. But the RGB have been incredibly effective all series on their T side. So let's see what they can do in the first half of this map. And as we go into round number 1, it looks like we have a heavy aggressive outside play from RGB, who are going to be met by just the lone gun of Solrak, who's blocked off by smokes. Nade doing very little damage for the British Army, and that spam will do some more. IC2 will find Sharp, but a quick rotate through. Oh no, IC2 finds a second from A as well. Solrak going down in A main as a push out of main. Push out hot from IC2 finds him. Yugen will find a third on course, and it looks like the Leaf finds a fourth. Keep It G finds a fifth, and it almost a teammates there. If IC2 hadn't found himself 2 kills and been all selfish about it, Rem might have found one and brought in a teammate. But 1-0 RGB, and the early advantage of CT not going in the way of the British Army at all. Rifles already being shown by Keep It G and IC2K. They are aware the British Army can play a CT side. They're not giving them any chance to do anything. But an outside Daystack will find limited damage to Rem and Khalif. Khalif will find one with a max 10. Yugen coming quick through A will be able to assist as well. Khalif finds a second. Yugen finds another. Khalif finds himself 3 kills with a max 10. Money farmed, 7.3k for that man already in round number 3. And the economy already booming. The British Army, however, are going to be looking to go for a half buy as they move into round number 3, and potentially another stack on a site to try to hold off any early aggression. It looks like it's going to be a stack on a site. Players on top will be heard. And quick trade on onto Yugen as Brothers taking out Solrak. Rem will find Brothers pause, we'll find Icy in the meantime. And jump down on the hut, which Rem will be forced down in the hut. Demon Cookie finds himself 1 and 4 as well, taking to a 3 versus 2. Bomb will go down on the B site as Keep It G finds himself Demon Cookie with that SG. The Krieg, a fantastic weapon. The rotate's already in. Sharp coming down through Tox, coming down through Decon. Wolf be able to get himself onto the bomb with the volley. Keep It G though will find him with the Krieg, and he finds himself another with seconds to spare as Cause goes down. 3-0 to RGB, and my throat is killing me as I try and get into the cast of this third round. As we move into round number 4, I am trying my best to get us into this spirit of this game as the first gun run comes in. Big thing coming out on both Khalif and on Cause. Holding the outside for an aggressive push. Cause waiting for the push. Will find himself Khalif and early advance to British Army, but he's traded out quickly by Keep It G on that Krieg, doing absolute work as steps are heard over the top of Silo. A little head peeking up, a little whack-a-mole failure for Solrak as he's unable to find that kill. Demon Cookie though taking half HP. Will not be bothered by that as he finds Yugen on ramp and keeping the advantage to the British Army. Just 1 HP left on Keep It G. Just to be careful now outside as he tries to work himself back into the lobby position. Smoke going down will allow Cookie to find himself an advanced position on ramp and hold up any of the aggression. Spam through the smoke won't be doing much well, but Ice2K in the meantime finds Solrak through Squeaky. Sharp will see players aggress out by vents, but he's not going to take the aggression. Ice2K goes down vents into B. Looks like he's going to go for a full flank as the B player is down there on his own. Demon Cookie's going to be careful of ramp and unable to find the kill. Ice2K finds him, but a quick trade out by Brothers on ramp means that he's down to 2 versus 2. Brothers finds himself another, but Rem will find a quick trade, taking to 1 versus 2, but Matt HP advantage on Sharp at full HP against the 34 and 1 of the players. But it's not going to matter because 1 AWP shot takes over 100 and takes out Sharp as well. 4-0 to RGB, and that proficient T side doing absolute wonders for the RGB economy this half already. But it still looks to be a bit depleted on a couple of players. British Army, however, forced into a deco on round number 5 to attempt to hold off another over-aggressive play from RGB. Outside smokes coming down to hold off any plays. Aggressive hut will be punished by GK who finds 2. Solrak to trade and Cause to find a second as well, bringing it back to a 3 versus 3. Guns will be picked up by the British Army, who will find himself another. Solrak finds a second kill this round, taking it to a 3 versus 2. Demon Cookie taking aggression in a main, and a nade will push Khalif down to low HP, but he'll be finished off by Cause after he finds Demon Cookie. Rem will find Sarek, taking it back into a 1 versus 1. Cause versus Rem. Bomb now in his possession. With 1 minute 10 to spare, he has a lot of time to do exactly what he wants to do. But it looks like he's going to go for the play onto A. Cause holding from main. Has to be very careful he doesn't miss this initial shot, as looks like he's pushed around and damage done, not much, but Rem now knows where he is. Molly coming down, will force Rem out once out the side that Cause wants. Cause looking to play it smart as he goes up on top of Hart. And down to 10 HP goes Rem as Cause now trying to get him around the side of these silos. Going to be forced into the aggressive play. Molly going to go down and stop the defuse as well. Time out for the British Army. Unable to do anything now. Cause stuck. Fleeing for his life. Saving the AWP, but 5-0 RGB. Unbelievably fantastic play from Rem right there. And I used the word fantastic because I was commented on as saying fantastic far too often. So that's fantastic. Round number 6 now, and it looks like we got another 4-buy coming in. The AWP saved over by Cause will be utilised potentially on the outside, but it could even go ramp. RGB down to 5 AKs and almost full utility, although lacking on Khalif and on IC2K as well. Smoke's going outside, down outside will stop the Molotovs, and Squeaky Door has been popped as well. One player hiding behind it. Solrak though will find Yugen at Squeaky as the aggression does him bad. Cause finds another outside KPG go down to his AWP, and oh, Wiz Khalif going down as well. IC2K finds management. Cause finds another. IC2K finally trading out Cause, but it's a 3 versus 1. Just IC2K on his own. The bomb has been dropped outside as well. He'll need to retrieve that as players start to descend on his position from all angles. Demon Cookie looking to find him from hell. Unable to do much, but Sharp in the meantime will catch him on the flank, taking it to a 5-1. British Army finally finding themselves on the scoreboard as the match starts to hot up. Well, round number 7, the British Army on the 4-buy. Deco coming in from RGB. It looks like it's going to be an aggressive play towards A from one player, with the remainder going outside. Molotov's going down, Smoke's going down. And Cause will find the opener on Yugen outside, but it looks like the rest of the players have managed to find themselves down secret. Solrak on the quick rotate will have to be careful because Ice2K comes in behind him with Deagle. Khalif will find him in. Sharp finds 1, finds 2, finds 3 as he finds in the vent. Ice2K left on his own with a Deagle. Will find Sharp in vent, but Brad is there to trade him out quickly, but it's a second on the board for the British Army. And it's my cameraman asleep at the helm. We shall see as we move into round number 8, and we're on IC2K, who looks icy cool with those glasses in his profile picture for sure. The British Army going back to 2 on ramp. Brad is holding hell. We'll try and find Solrak outside. Smoke's going down. Khalif will find himself down secret fast. But Cause in his time finds one outside, but they're not going to know Khalif is outside. He's gone down. KBG again goes down to... Right, that was a bit laggy to call me there. Sarek will find Yugen. IC2K in his time trades down Sharp. 4 versus 3, and Khalif coming up vents. He's found himself an open in nice way tight. He's taken down to 10 HP. His spam from up. Won't be able to find him, but Brads will find him, and will be traded out quickly by Rem. Just Solrak left on the A side. Try and hold off any more aggression. Bomb down now as he finds Rem out of Hut. Just IC2K to find. Oh, he found Cause. And that all down on ramp. And it all for him to play for now as he has low HP. As he pushed up to heaven, tries to find himself the bomb. Solrak's dropped off the site, waiting for his teammate to come back and help him defend the bomb. But Demon Cookie's on the flank. And he finds the frag as the AWP falls down. Managed to save the AWP. 5-3 British Army. Round number 9 coming in now. And it looks like the Army has finally found themselves some momentum. And that's it. RGB is going to stop that in its tracks as they drop in a pause. Allow me as well to take a quick break. Well, as we look at the scoreboard, Cause going 10 and 6, Sorak 6 and 6, the remainder trailer behind, but IC2K being the top bragger with a 2 KD ratio across the board. And 154 ADR from Cause just shows the effect and shows the damage this man can do across the map, no matter where he plays. And here we go into another full buy. Just a Khalil coming in on IC2K to weaken the buy of RGB, and Nade's going down outside to potentially hold off any rotates. IC2K though will open up the kill on Cause with the Galil. Keep it G finds Solrak as well, taking it to a 3 versus 5 in favour of RGB. And the aggression down into Secret goes down as 3 players, aggress down Secret. IC2K in the meantime will find Brothers with an op. Yugen finds Demon Cookie as well. And they're all over the place. The British Army unable to do much. Sharp goes down to IC2K's warp. And a fantastic 3K from the man there will seal the deal. 6-3 in favour of RGB. Well, round number 10. And the first half now on its closing section. RGB are doing fantastic work, forcing the British Army back into another eco. 3 Deagles, 2 P250s. As Sharp looks to play out close for any aggression into Hut. Cause will find the opener with a quick 1 Deag. And Demon Cookie on the aggression through trophy as well, but there's already players down and underpass. Solrak and Cause finding 1 each with a Deagle and a P250 respectively, taking it to a 5 versus 2. Weapons have been saved. AWP on Cause, AK on Sharp. It looks like this round has hotted up before the British Army. Bomb has been found, and Cause will find Rem with the AWP, taking it to a 1 versus 5. Just Khalif in. Boy, he's in control room on B. His only advantage is that the British Army don't know where he is just yet, as he looks to try and save this AWP for another minute. The British Army just running around in groups on the hunt, looking to find this kill. Cause just waiting for a push-up ramp. Khalif, though, on his way back up Secret, looking to see if he can find himself some over-aggressive players outside. Could potentially be gifted with a kill over at Red, as Sharp is looking for a push up Secret. Sharp will see him, and that's the position given away. Damage done to Khalif, HP none to Sharp. As the British Army now just descend on him and try to find this last frag. Are they going to wait for him to try and end the round with no money? Or are they just going to try and get this over and done with? 14 seconds left on the clock. Khalif trying to save himself. And unfortunately for him, he has been taken out at the end of the round. Fortunately for him, before the timer has ended. Well, it looks like we're going to have a rocky buy coming in from RGB. 6-4 is the score. RGB winning this half so far. And an AWP has come out. We have another AWP battle on the outside potentially as we look to move into round number 11. Molotov's going down to stop any aggression. And Cause will find the open of the AWP, but a quick trade on IC2K just takes out Solrak. Leaves out Hut. Will start a player on lower A. And he'll find Bradders as well as he pushes out Hut. Sharp will find the trade. Cause unable to find the opening of Sharp will take Yugen. Sharp will find a second to Khalif, and IC2K will find a trade on Sharp, but Demon Cookie finishes the round off. 6-5 British Army, and these frags come in thick and fast. RGB now forced into a deco as the British Army on a full buy, potentially 6-6 as we move on into round number 12. But we've seen some damage done by these players on their pistol rounds, so it could go either way. And it looks like we've got a 5-man aggressive push towards ramp coming in, with 1 player just dropping off towards Squeaky to hold off any aggression. And Demon Cookie opens up with a frag on Yugen for the edge of the box. Raders in support him, finds himself a second in trophy. Sharp will find a third as well. 5 versus 2, just Khalif and Keep It G trying to find something this round. The bomb is down in between trophy and ramp as well, which means they have to retrieve the bomb if they want to try and plant this round. But the aggression from Bradders and Cookie will find Keep It G. Before Keep It G does find himself a headshot. Khalif in the meantime finds himself a fantastic 1D out up. Unable to find himself another with the M4 though, as Bradders finishes the round, taking it to 6-6 all square. Round number 13 gets underway, and the game has completely heated up. It could be anyone's half this half. 141 ADR for Cause, 127 for Icy2K, still rocking the 2 to KD as well. I mean, he's all over this scoreboard. Looks like we have a default setup as a nade goes down. Does a little damage to Icy2K. Manages to find himself in hut. Khalif, though, will go down to a completely whited out Cause. Sharp will find Yugen in the meantime. Oh, Sharp finds himself a second on Icy2K as he pushes out hut as well. 5 versus 2 in this round. And Cause finds himself another, taking it to a 5 versus 1. Rem just stuck on a T roof, trying to work out where he's going to go and how this all went so wrong so fast for RGB in this round. Sound cues will give away the players, but Demon Cookie's not going to mind as he looks up and finishes off Rem. 7-6 as the British Army finally takes themselves into the lead in this map. And round number 14 underway. The British Army now needs to bring themselves at least one more, but potentially 2 more rounds to try and have any hope of keeping this lead into the second half. Fast aggression from RGB will be punished by Demon Cookie Finder 1, doing serious damage to keep it G as well. And Nade will take Icy2K down to half HP, but round control is in hands of RGB as they look to exploit this. Demon Cookie falling right back onto B. 5 versus 4, but low health on 2 RGB players means that they have to be very careful on where and how they push. But it looks like we've got players going all over the place to hell. And Bradders, in the meantime, will find Icy2K in hell, which will force the players down onto B or back through lobby. And Khalif will be met by Demon Cookie, finds himself a second this round. Sharp finds himself another as well, taking out Yugen. Just keep it G on 19 HP, trying to get himself onto B site to get a plant. Knows Demon Cookie's down there somewhere. Has to be very careful on where he pushes to find him. Swings out through control, window smash, so he's managed to get himself into control. And a potential flank through Squeaky now will mean he's able to get himself the plant, but Keep It G will find Cause looking the wrong way. Perhaps a bit of miscommunication there as players coming down to Sorak going down as well to Keep It G. The AWP doing work for him right now in round number 14. It looks like, oh, Demon Cookie does find himself the last frag of the round. Well, as we move into round number 15, it looks like the British Army have finally won this half, but RGB has to find himself another round to try and bring them back. The British Army, though, on a full buy, looking to stop any more advance from RGB in this half, and they're going to aggress outside, and IGK will open up, find Sorak in main. But he's going to be traded out by Bradders, who finds Yugen, and Sharp finds another. Keep It G will trade one back on Bradders, but Cause finds Khalif. Cause finds Keep It G as well to bring himself back into it. Now back into 3 versus 1. Just Rem coming through hut as he finds Sharp. 2 versus 1. Bomb outside in control of the British Army, and smoke will go down to prevent any aggression outside from Rem, who now has to get himself through the smoke and get himself into position. Spam will take down a little bit of HP, and a drop of a gun down the fence potentially will give away a fake, but the British Army just drop it off, waiting for him to push out into their crosshairs. Another smoke holding up time as well will prevent Rem from pushing out of main. Wary that he's rotated round into heaven, the British Army splitting up, looking to try and find themselves a safe haven away from the crosshair of Rem, but Rem's going to come straight out main. And will be found by Demon Cookie, who finishes off this half, taking it 9-6 to the British Army. Well, as we move into the second half, it is 9-6 to the British Army, and the T side must commence. They need to not lose the lead they have, like they did in Mirage, and hopefully we can see this map ended in favour of either team. It's been a map for both right now, as both teams have done some fantastic work in both rounds. But round number 16 is underway. Molotov's going down to prevent a vent dive, but unfortunately missing and getting caught on. Will allow Bradders to get out of Squeaky. the aggression being met. PBG will find the opener on cause. Sorek will trade him out very quickly as aggression down ramp comes in. British Army now moving down ramp to try and find themselves the plant. Have to be careful of any rotates coming in. Rem already down in vents, potentially able to stop the plant. Unable to stop the plant as Radders holding the top ramp. Will not be able to find Eugen. Khalid in the meantime finds Sharp. Cookie and Sorek finds 2 back in trading to 2 versus 2. HP advantage in favor of RGB, but range advantage. Sorry, HP advantage for British Army, range advantage RGB. Sorek's not going to bother. He finds 1. Cookie finds a 2nd, and that is it. 10-6 to the British Army, and 1 more step towards match point for them. RGB now having to be forced into a rocky 2nd round bye, as the British Army go for a full bonus round, more or less. Well, we know the British Army like these aggression plays, and I imagine RGB have read that, so they're going to wait for some kind of heavy aggression before anything happens, and it looks like that's what we've got, and it looks like we have aggression straight out today. Bradders opens up, no, Course finds the kill on Rem, but Eugen finds 1, finds 2, is 16 shot. Bradders will trade out Eugen. Smoke's going down to prevent any aggression, but Cause will find Khalif in the meantime in Squeaky. ICG already up on top of Heaven, will get taken out by Sorek and a nade. KBG finds 1, finds 2. Meantime with a Deagle, but Cause finishes it off luckily for the British Army, taking it to 11-6. Well, as we move into round number 18, the British Army's momentum train is going up with full rifles across the board. An aggressive play coming in from RGB through Trophy will potentially give map control to RGB, as apologies, the lag appears to have come back. But Sharp finding himself down in Squeaky. She will be able to get himself IC2K in main in the meantime as well. The British Army aggressing down Squeaky. Vents have been popped. Oh, fantastic shot for DBG to find Sharp as he pushes down the corner. Damage done as well. He finds a 2nd as he takes a Sorek. Bradders walk in the meantime, find Khalid. Demon Cookie nade finally taken down. The dangerous keep it G. And Eugen already in position will find Demon Cookie. Bradders going down to Rim and VQ, taking it to a 1 versus 2. Just Cause is about to get flanked as well. Will spot 1 player on site. Molly will force him into blue. And both RGB players now on site, looking to try and end this round, to cause hope. And that is what happens. Eugen, fantastic play to get himself up onto rafters and take up the bomb planter, taking it to 11-7 for the British, in favour of the British Army. But RGB now back on the win train, no doubt. I think my voice is going, ladies and gentlemen. This has been thick and fast all across the board. But here we go again. 1 rifle and pistols across the board for the British Army, and it looks like they're going for an outside play. Although they have spread across the board. Damage being done to Khalif, and he's been forced back with that ult. And Khalif being taken out by the Solrak. Random in the meantime being traded by Eugen. IC2K will find Demon Cookie as well. Solrak going down finally to Eugen's AK, taking it to a 4 versus 2. Cause and Sharp looking to see what they can do. Bomb is dropped outside, and Keep It G catching the slow peaking Cause as he moves into the round. Sharp unable to find the headshot on IC2K, will go down, ending the round 11-8 British Army. Well, as we move into round number 20, with the threat of this match going the entire way again, the British Army are going full upgraded pistols and aggressive play towards Ram. Straight through the Molly. Keep it find 1 headshot. He finds himself a 2nd. Molotov holding off any other players. Keep it he finds an ace. Fantastic ace from Keep It G to find 5 kills in a ramp. Although it was anti-eco, you cannot take away from the man's 5 kills there. Fantastic from him. 11-9 now to RGB. Yeah, we're going to keep the 11-9 on the DL as we move into round number 21. The British Army coming fast outside. Have to be careful of the RGB player playing round red as IC2K jumps on the box, but Sorak will find him through the top of the smoke, and the British Army already aggressive down into secret. Keep It G trying to do some damage from Hell, but Khalif is the one to find Demon Cookie. He does find Sharp as they try and rotate out of Secret, but Cause is stuck at red with the bomb on his own. And it looks like he's going to have to drop back towards lobby to try and find himself an entrance into this round. Well, Solrak on the flank has managed to find himself a way past credit cards, looking to get himself to heaven. Will find Khalif in garage as well, which means it's down to a 3 versus 3, but that's giving away his position. Flanking through hell, but he'll find Keeper G nonetheless as he moves into heaven. Cause out on the flank through lobby. Has to be careful that Rem is in hut. Oh, that's giving away his position, but it's not going to matter because Cause just find him with the Galil. Solrak up in heaven and Bradders down on the floor means the bomb will go down. Yugen will find Bradders. Cause quick on the trade, finds him 12-9 out to the British Army as they hunt that match point. 3 rounds to go for them for that. 9 on the board for RGB, and it looks like it's heating up across. And we have a full buy coming in from both teams. Although the British Army's economy is still very, very fragile, so is RGB's now as they bring in a double AWP setup. Oh, outside aggression again from the British Army. Oh, that nade does over 100 damage to 3 different players there. Bradders and Demon Cookie both on half HP as Bradders tries to get himself into Secret. Sharp will open up this round to find an IC2K, and Bradders just holding top of Secret, waiting for the aggression. And Yugen gifted him that aggression as he moves round. And Khalif will find the trade on Demon Cookie. Yugen coming up. Could find Bradders off guard, but Bradders is waiting, he's watching, he sees that frag coming from a long way away, and the aggression is on as they move straight into Secret, but Keeper G is already in control. Rem, on the meantime, finds Cause. Bradders will trade up Rem, and Keep It will trade him up, as the British Army move up into A site to try and find themselves the plant. Khalif forced to run back up Rem, and Keeper G stuck in Secret now has to drop the AWP for a rifle. And the vents noise has been heard by Bradders. Flash comes up, but the flash knock popping before Bradders finds the kill. 2 versus 1, just Khalif on the AWP stuck in hell. But, sorry, apologies, he is in lobby looking to find what he can do in hut. Already scoped in, which means he could miss a player if he doesn't look in the right direction. That flash not doing much work. Solrak above him, waiting for an aggression outside of hut. He's already out, but those steps give away his position, and that is it. 13-9 for the British Army. As momentum is building for the British Army, and a half buy or deco has been called for RGB. Well, Bradders on his own outside this round rather than the aggression. Will be, unfortunately, stolen from his Khalif. Will find a kill on Bradders, although he's down to 11 HP. No bridge remaining, but Cause eventually finding IC2K, but Khalif on the low HP does find Cause as well. The deagle doing work for him this round. Bradders, in the meantime, trades him out, taking to a 3 versus 3. Weapons have been found. Demon Cookie finds Rem, taking the advantage back for the British Army, and quick aggression down towards B will force a rotate through vents. But Sharp waiting for the rotate behind him will find Keep It G, and the bomb down off the side now will not be having to go down as Yugen push it out of single door will find Solrak. Demon Cookie ends the round 14-9, 1 away from match point, but a full buy coming in from RGB means it's going to be a tense round for the British Army, and the economy is pretty much broken on both sides. Still, there's no momentum gain for either. As the British Army look to go for a, well, looks like a standard default split. Bradders open up on Khalif as the first kill. Solrak aggression into hut will not be met by a rotating player, as Ram is actually up on top of rafters rather than hut this round. No advantage either team right now, and Bradders taking down 6 HP will find IC2K from outside. But Rem looking from heaven, trying to stop anyone crossing towards Secret. Waiting in the wings, ready to pounce on the British Army, making a mistake. Yugen already coming back up, trying to find himself another. And Sharp down to 17 HP as well. Will be finished off by Yugen pushing through Secret, but the British Army have already rotated out there in route. And they find Keep It G. The entrance has been found. The aggression is already in. Molotov's going down, stopping any rotation. Bradders looks to move back towards A site. But the bomb will go down on B as Yugen is already in position in control, waiting for a head to peek up from the corner. Will not be gifted by a peek. As Cause will... Oh, he found it, but he goes down to a headshot from Yugen, taking the 2 versus 2. Demon Cookie trying to find a cover trade. Oh, he runs out of bullets. He runs out of bullets. He's stuck in dark as he tries to reload, but Bradders in the meantime finds Rem taking into a 2 versus 1. Bradders dropping off. Demon Cookie trying to get himself out. Will be gifted by the back of Yugen, who jumped down to find him in dark. 15-9 to the British Army now, looking for match point. We're going to round number 25. The British Army are full by RGB, stuck with SMGs, Deagles, and, well, it looks like Khalif hasn't even bought just yet. He's got himself a scout to go with it all as well. British Army now, they know they're close, but they've just got to keep the cool, push out, and it looks like Sharp will find the opener, but a quick trade coming from PPG. Cause will find another, taking the trades as well. Meaning it's down into a 4 versus 3, but the health is depleted on the British Army. 2 players at 10 HP or less. Sharp only on 30. Just Solrak keeping the 100 HP club alive for the British Army as we move into the end of this round. IC2K will find Bradders, taking it to a 3 versus 3. Sharp, though, taking the advantage back for the British Army, taking it to a 2 versus 3. And Rem already rotating around ramp, looking for the aggression in ramp. IC2K on the outside. Both players from RGB exposed and split. The British Army looking to move onto A site for the plant with 1 player outside. Solrak's in heaven, so his plant has gone for them, and the rotates must come in. IC2K, though, already going up into heaven. Solrak's got to be very careful now he doesn't get flanked by IC2K. And there it is. There's the flank, the heaven flank coming in. Oh, Sharp's not there. Steps on Rem. Oh, there was his teammate Rem, though, coming. IC2K finds Sharp. Cause will find Rem. And 3 HP left. Oh no, I see it's just up to 3 HP. And Cause finds the final kill. 16-9 British Army, 2-1 in the series of the British Army. They've finally won this round out and they move forward into, oh my god, you can see my bald head. They've moved forward into the next round of the knockout stages. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the glare that you see off my bald head as we move into the post-match. The British Army wins 2-1 in this series and it looks like it was well-deserved towards the end. They struggled on Mirage, which I think was their map pick. They struggled on Inferno, but towards the end in Nuke, they come out to their own and they dominated the T side of Nuke. So 2-1 to the British Army as they move forward. It looks like they have an even tougher match in the next stage of the series. I shall just grab that information for you. I cannot grab that information for you. I apologize. Let us see. The team they will be playing next is Never Gone, and they were playing that on the 24th of May. So, ladies and gentlemen, please stay interested. Take a look around on this channel on the 24th of May. If the Estonian Championship are allowing us to do so, we will stream that one as well. That is on Monday, the 24th of May at 1800. But that is it from us. British Army won 2-1. GG's to both RGB and the British Army A team for the fantastic free map Destruction Fest of my throat and my voice. But that is it from me. I've been Funris. Thank you very much. Good night.
she got the good.